Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The superintendent, Kirk Ricketts, senior cop in the Southern Police Division there of St. Andrew, has stated that it appears that the murder of the lead singer of Mighty Diamonds, Donald Tabby Shaw, appears to be linked, ladies and gentlemen, to an ongoing gang feud in the area. Greetings in the name of the Most High Emperor Haile Selassie I the First. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm Rastafari, soldier of Deep Roots TV, and if this is your first time tuning in, I'm asking you to hit that subscribe button. We will have a great relationship. Investigators are working to establish a motive for the killing of two men, including the lead vocalist of the Mighty Diamonds, Donald Tabby Shaw. The injuries of the three others in the gunshot attack at McKinley Crescent and St. Andrew on Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen, are what we're talking about here on Wednesday. Head of the St. Andrew South Police Division, Senior Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, said that preliminary intel indicates that the incident might have been linked to an ongoing gang conflict in the area. In fact, the investigators are now trying to figure out if the alleged activities of Shaw's son, who the superintendent states that he is a known violent producer, and might have resulted in his father's death. Of the 5 persons affected by the incident, we have observed that Mr. Shaw has a son that is known to us. In fact, the son is currently in custody for murder. He is a known violence producer from this particular area, the senior superintendent Ricketts said on Wednesday. Intelligence assessments is now being done to see if the son's activity could have led to his father's death or him being targeted, he added. The senior police said that the deceased men, Shaw and Owen Beckford, were standing with a group of people at a shop in an area when gunmen walked up and opened fire, hitting 5 people. Both Shaw and Beckford succumbed to their injuries, and other 3 people were hospitalized, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's the replay of the favorite Jamaican movie that we all know we watch. If you can't catch Quaco, you catch him shot. It's Jamaica's most favorite rerun. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you get yourself into some situation, and I want to clarify that the senior superintendent did not say Tabby was involved, but he says that his son, that is currently in prison right now for murder, might have done someone something, and this could have been a retaliation. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to do people things. It could be a kin of yours. So sometimes you just have to be careful, because sometimes being good is not enough. Here we have lost a legendary entertainer in the prime of his career. I mean, it is a heartbreaking situation. And then Bunny, Fitzroy Simpson dropped out because he was ill. Unfortunately, seems like it's probably the end of one of the greatest group band in the history of reggae. As I read earlier in one of my reports, it's the oldest group in reggae. That's what's been documented. So I had a lot of, comments and questions about if we knew if it was the son, because rumors were going around that sons were involved. And I read another report where his daughter was saying that, you know, she was at the shop with him, went inside and heard bam, 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 ran out, noticed her father was on the ground, and people were coming over to the video. And she was like, I didn't want to see his body on the social media. And I wanted to talk about that for a second, because it appears that we have lost all our sensitivity, all our morality when it comes to certain danger, certain humane reaction that's supposed to happen. We have lost our sensitivity. We have been desensitized. Everyone wants a video that would go viral to gain them some popularity. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to look into ourselves at times. Like, I think Tabby should have looked into himself and know that, hey, I know that my sons are doing certain things. And Jamaicans are very vengeful. We like to take revenge. We do not like to let things go, even if a legal, apparatus have been put in place called the judicial system to send like his son to prison. Although I still advocate that Jamaica need a death penalty to get rid of some of these people that are breeding evilous cult mentality, that are breeding evilous, murderous mentality. I am not blaming the children, because no children are born evil. But you have to remember that in times, in the environment, you either have to fight back or you're going to get rolled over. And some of these people can do better. Some of them have no qualms about turning your chest plate into a sweater. So people, I just wanted to come on and clarify, let you know, his son did not kill his own father. It's a son of his that's in prison right now for a murder. They're speculating that families and friends of the murdered victim of the son might have retaliated on his parents. And that's one of the coolest and heartful way that Jamaicans get back at you. Let me get your family member, your mother. Let me get your baby mother. Them can't catch Kwaku, because you're there in prison right now. Them catch him shot. You are going to, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rastafari, soldier of Deep Roots TV. I just wanted to give you a little update. You are going to, I'll let you know what was going on that. So if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe for me. Share up the file. Leave your comment. I really appreciate the response for the Rastaman. I really appreciate the comments, the care, the condolences. Yes, we need some more caring for each other. So I'm asking you, share up the file to your brother and your sister. But I want to see the Rastaman. You're going to, I give you a Rasta perspective from the current events to the news, to historical things, to some traveling. Sometimes I go up on the road and I bring you along with me. Sometimes I do some farming. Check out a challenge called the Crocus Bag Farmer. Some farming thing, evening till the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rastafari Soldier, Deep Roots TV. I'm more life, I'm more joy, I'm more nappiness. You be blessed. Greetings, greetings. Yes, season greetings.
Hey, Deep Roots, man.